Something he scrimmed with.
Well, Darian also played it, but Darian's not here.
Yeah, with Alex's mechanical skill, it's just one of those things where he can make it work.
Yeah.
You understand basically how the champion is meant to be played, and he likes to just throw himself in there with the ultimate. I think they're talking a lot about which champion they want to pick because there's so many possibilities here.
Maybe saying, there's one text, you are playing Shen. You are playing Shen. You're going to get him. He's like, what? I don't want to play Shen. This is not my champion.
I wonder if you'll lucky. He didn't just play on when he didn't singe for the spring split. A lot of typing in, it does look like it's going to be that Chase.
It's going to be Jace. Jace getting let through, of course. Was let through in the SK Fnatic game. Nobody picked him. He's surprising. That's the first time he's come through.
Yeah, not picked or banned in pretty much every single game. What is good to see here, though, is that this will probably be an Alex. I expect him to play it. It was actually one of the reasons that they lost the game yesterday against the Geniuses. So they've denied that resource to Ninja. I wonder if it's going to take Shen. I think with it being open and free, it's definitely a possibility.
It's definitely a champion. I don't think it's a champion the expensive play, but it could be a champion that Melina will play in the jungle.
It suits his play style as well. Melina does tend to play a little bit more of those utility type champions, and when I think of him in the spring split, it was just a movie that really comes to mind that was great in that
paramedic.
Yes, exactly. You know, saving people, flashing into game ultimates. He did run Jarvan yesterday, and it worked very, very well for him, but his team was quite aggressive. They did have a Draven in the bottom lane as well, which you can see was banned out against them. So going with a Jarvan, it's also denying that from Diamond Proc. So it's you know, a win-win situation.
Well, Kennen also getting locked in. Melina, you know, on Jarvan is kind of a standard. We've seen it a lot. But it's actually been Bjergsen that's been running Kennen.
Yeah, he played it in the mid yesterday as well, if I remember correctly. It was Bjergsen's Kennen. So it's a good pick. It does mean that the top lane basically is still undersized. We don't know what gambit are going to run. We also don't know if Spontic is going to be in the top lane. Yesterday, Alex had played Elise solo in the top lane and they put Quinn in the mid, but it was banned. So it's a different option. If Ash gets locked in, this will be one of the 3 8Ks that King's got.
Yeah, and he's going to get the Muramana on there. And it was funny watching this game with the likes of Lemon Dogs and SK Gaming yesterday. And they're like, he's built in a forest. It's like, you don't understand. He's not going to get the Muramana. Dogs for 35 minutes now. Sure enough, about 36 minutes in, he popped into play. It's like, what a waste of item.
Well, Ash has built... Ash
works very well.
It does. It does. The perma slaves play around just keep those shots over and over and over. The 2 times that Gentle has played it, he's won with that. So, 2 games played, victory, 10.38. It's pretty good.
He's playing very well, and his position in a team fight is always fantastic. The fact that, of course, they've got the Sona once again, we saw how critical it was for Nip in the previous matchup. But Thresh snuck his way through.
That's quite an interesting one, going all the way down the ladder. But we did talk about it in the build-up. Darker is a little bit more comfortable on a Sona, on a Zyra than he is on Thresh. We've actually banned against him once, and I don't think it's his preferred champion. I think he's stronger by the role. One thing that Gambit are lacking is intensity. They need units. They need you know, something to soak up damage. And if it's going to be Diamond Proc and Media, that would be a great beefy turtle tank bird thing.
Well, if I remember one of the Twitter users yesterday, they did actually request that Diamond Prox would start running Udyr so he can show the rest of the world how to play it before the Spirit Guardian gets released. Your wish is his command.
Yeah, it has been granted.
It has been granted. We also see Zac in that top lane. Or will it be the mid lane, Alex Ich?
I can't answer that question. No, because I was about to say exactly the same thing. It is a possibility. We've seen Alex running it in the past. I don't know what Spontic prefers to play, but I think Zac is a little bit more up his alley. I think he prefers to go a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more in your face. So I'll probably like to see it going that route. For the time being, if this does get locked in, that's a top lane cannon.
It would be a top lane cannon for Extinct, which would make sense. He's a good mechanical player, and of course that would be putting Syndra back in the mid lane for Bjergsen. But I'm not sure that's going to get locked in. Discussions are going on. I'm pretty sure that's going to change that.
Yeah, at the moment it's a difficult situation because if he goes up against Zac, Zac's just going to be able to hop away relatively easily and get to safety. If it goes up against Jace, he's just going to get shut down so hard by that immense range on the shot. So it does get swapped out, like you said. It's going to be Rise.
It's going to be Rise once again in that top lane, I feel. He's going to switch it to Extinct. It's going to be currently Spontex actually. Zac, so we'll see whether this sticks there as the game loads up.
I think that will stick there. I just, the way the play style suits it, I think that Zac fits Spontex's play style. But Diamond Prox is going to have such a hard time getting anywhere in this game. because Garrus, Taylor Darius is going to slow. Play's going to knock you back. You're going to get stunned by Taylor. And if you're getting, close enough to get a bear stun stance, Rise is just going to put a room prison and say, nope, nope.
Or just get played. Just go away.
So it's going to be difficult because anybody can make you aware of this.
The thing is, last time he did actually pull out OD, it was a similar type of setup. It didn't work very well. No, that was against
Yes, we also seen it like the cataclysmic one against Evil Geniuses in game 1 of the spring split. So it's a brave thing. If it works, it's fantastic. And you can really run around some of the skill shots. But if you look at the other way, Ash Arrow or Zac Bounce into a base stun stance, those are the little soak up the abilities and allow him a safer route in.
See Spontex on the screen there, the new temporary number for Gambit. Meanwhile, into Pajamas, they're all new lineups. Luna to the side, squeezed to the left of Bjergsen as well, along with his new support. Well, he's been there a while. Although, ironically, Defisio only ever came in as a sub as well, because he was the manager. There's been so many changes to the game, but they are still here. They are still in the LCS. Picking up a very strong win yesterday. And they do it again, just like SK Gaming have against Fnatic. This time against Gambit.
It's the story of substitute. It's which team can handle the change better. There is a much bigger change in the hands of the Ninjas in Pajamas than there is for Gambit. But we'll see whether or not Gather or Split will be powerful enough. So that's how this works out.
A very popular player around the world. Even at the All-Stars, he was getting big cheers from the Chinese fans. Very, very popular. And as you can see, the players are in the game. We are about to get in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. If you've just joined us, it is going to be Gambit and the blue side. The red side, of course, will be Ninjas in Pajamas. Interesting how to start the diamond.
So this is 3.8 for everybody that has not been told 1,000 times. So there have been changes to the Dorans and those guys. Take a look at Diamond Fox's video. He started with the Doran's Blade. Now this is not entirely unheard of on certain junglers. The sustain that it has, plus the sustain he gets from his turning stance, it should keep him relatively healthy, and of course getting all that additional damage at the early level.
Phoenix stands already, ready and waiting. The wards out. Actually, is it Tiger? It's Tiger.
It's Tiger stance, which is even more interesting. So you're going to have a lot of single target damage to play into his flavor. Get a lot more auto attacks out when he drops the actives, but it's not the traditional Phoenix lane. Genja clean at this moment. Defisio does have a ward.
He's in the right spot. I don't think he can reach it.
At this point in time, no. But if Defisio goes a tiny bit, that's max. I mean, max range. I still think that'll catch him. It just depends if Defisio's going to go for the ward or not. Ooh, this is scary.
On the peak of the bush. Ooh, that would have caught him. That would have caught him. And then just like, did I just? Yeah, I did. I just saw that piercing arrow. Look at that damage it just did to him already. And that's going to force them back. Ninjas in Pajamas, though, they're going to back away. They didn't land the hook. No first blood for them this time.
So Freeze is running 4% spell lifesteal, as well as then 5 and then 8% on his armor penetration. Over on Genji, on the other hand, 17 flat armor pen, plus 8% on top of that. He has no inherent lifesteal because of the fact he's got to sustain there from so long. So we'll see how that works out for them in lane.
Red buff start for Diamond Prox. Meanwhile, it's going to be a blue buff start for Maluna. The help of Defisio can do this one smiteless as is Diamond. Doesn't mean, of course, the Golem's not going to be taken by Gambit this time around. We have seen it. I think Evil Genius has started on them yesterday, so it is entirely doable. But Spontex in that top lane, how is he going to work against Extinct? I'm not too sure how this Zac versus Kennen lineup will work.
It's one of the situations where if one of the players is able to get good harass down, they have the potential to kill each other. But because of the fact that the slow and the knockup is not quite as hard as it needs to be, Kennen can just lightning rush to safety. Zac on the other hand with his passive, they've got that safety net. So I actually think it'll just end up being a bit of a fall until either jungler decides to come in game.
We'll see how that Dawn's Blade start as well works out for Diamond Fox. He's on the blue one already, so he's really taking it. Very, very quick jungler is Udyr. It seems to be working well for him.
Yeah, it's basically just because of this, he's gone for that Tiger stance early, so he's got that massive, auto attack speed increase. I want to keep tabs on what he's leveling up as the game goes forward. But right now, Genja is incredibly low. Freezes piercing arrows first.
Yeah, that piercing arrow, if he lands in the game when the cooldown knocks up, it's down to very low health there. See the Demacia standard spotting out Diamond Prox, which is why we also see Bjergsen backing away in that mid lane. Something we actually should point out, actually, we didn't really stick to it, was the fact that Kennen is on the top lane as Extinct. So, wow, Maluno's going straight back in Diamond. Not messing around here, going straight aggressive on Maluno and has to slide away from that one. And Bjergsen is actually on Rise up against Jason.
Yeah, Maluno got stopped in that 1v1. He lost so much HP. He's actually incredibly one-sided. Now, Bjergsen going up against Alex, Rise versus Jace. Once Rise gets some armor, Trojan Heart is like working towards those sort of PP items in the Extinct realizes that something's up. He's going to get stunned. Here comes Maluno.
He's going to slide through though. Is it going to be a 2v1? There's maybe first blood going down. Diamond Proc so low. Tries to flash away and flash was huge. Extinct that picked up the kill and the double buff.
The double buff is massive. Defusio is just toying with Genja right now. He moves forward. If he has his death sentence available, it's on cooldown right now. 1 second on the clock. He may try and go aggressive in his bottom lane. But good start from Ninja Pajamas.
Very good start. And that's going to cause so many problems for Spontex in the top lane. Oh, meanwhile, Dark is taken very low in that bottom lane as well. Ninja Pajamas are starting off very well in the lane phase.
And it's similar to what happened yesterday. It was an invade that cost them the initial kills, but in the laning phase they were very strong. Bruno has double buffs up. Bulldog is about to wear off, but he still has red. When he brings him into knockups, he's going to put a lot of hurt down onto Alex.
See where they cause the pressure, maybe cause a flash. You can see he's going to get locked up. Not going to quite get the knockup though. He's going to try and walk away from this one. He should be able to do that. Immediately is safe.
So very well played, uses the hammer form, kicks Jarvan back out of the way, but here comes Diamond.
Diamond back down the bottom there, gets the bear stand stun on towards Defisio. He's going to throw out the shields though. He should be safe, uses the flame to knock them back. Gambit really not laying the damage down on the right targets. And this time Gambit's ganks are not working out for them.
So that was a good play by Diamond. Even though they weren't able to pick up a kill, they did get the summoner spells down. Flash, Exhaust, as well as the cleanse from Freeze. He still held onto his flash, Freeze held onto his flash, which is quite important. But that was after Diamond Prox got caught out. He was red like a book in the top lane, and that's why Extinct managed to pick up this double buff. So if Spontex's life wasn't difficult enough already, now he's going to deal with this blue and red buff, little ninja.
Well, Tear of the Goddess is being picked up by both mid laners, Alexic and Bjergsen on Jace and Rise, and Maluno now turning in towards his top lane. Extinct already going aggressive, does manage to get the stun down on towards